Hey friends, so because the discourse on this keeps going on, I have thoughts on the man versus bear thing. And I just want to say you don't get if you're a man and you don't get why women are choosing the bear, you're part of the problem. Like this whole thing is predicated on the fact that obviously not all men are predators or whatever, but enough men are. And there is a good chance that no matter how whether you've been trying to or not, if you're a man or have been a man, you've probably made a woman uncomfortable at some point. Sometimes without even doing anything. Like you can just be there in a small space. You could make a woman uncomfortable by you're in a cramped elevator and it's a woman and you, and that will make them uncomfortable. The thing is, there are enough men who are not even just predators, but are problematic that by the existence, men can make women feel uncomfortable. This is why women are choosing the bear. It's not anything personal towards you as a person. It is a statement on all men. You know? And the men who get this aren't offended when a woman chooses the bear. If a person who is offended when a woman chooses the bear, you're part of the problem. It's like there's a similar related thing that you see in certain circles of discourse around men and women, and that's one of body count. Like there's a real toxic thing of viewing a woman as lesser because she has a high body count. Something I realized a few years ago, and I think more men need to realize this: most of those women with a high body count, well, most women with a body count in general, there are going to be people on that list who would not be on that list had they not felt coerced, had they not felt like they had to do what they did. And I'm not talking about rape, I'm talking about coercion and the sense of obligation and a man who puts pressure on them. And sometimes this can be an ongoing partner as well. In fact, a lot of the times it will be an ongoing partner. And this is something that people need to realize because that is something that happens to women all the time. This is why they choose the fucking bear. So yeah, I mean, this whole discourse has been going on for a couple of weeks now, and if you're one of the people who is getting offended when people are choosing the bear, or you don't get why, or even worse, you fantasize about the idea of punishing the women when they suffer a bear attack. Like I've seen that. People on comics and say, well, women can't complain when they get attacked by a bear. It's so unlikely they'll get attacked by a bear. It's ridiculously likely that they'll get attacked by a man at some point in their life. Pretty much every woman you know has a story about a man. No, not even pretty much. Every single woman has a story, at least one story, about a man that made them feel uncomfortable. And nothing, it could be nothing happened. It could be there was no inappropriate contact, there wasn't anything like that. But at some point, a man made them feel uncomfortable. And at some point, for a lot of those women, unfortunately, way too many of those women, that uncomfortability led to sexual coercion, sexual assault, inappropriate touching, inappropriate comments, or full on sexual abuse or rape. And more men need to realize this. More men need to realise they're part of the problem. So yeah, that was heavy. That was heavier than I usually get on anything. But yeah, these are just thoughts that had been in my head for a while now, and I wanted to get them out. So yeah. In the meantime, you all look after yourselves, look after your physical, mental health as best you can, especially in the face of all this, because this is very hard, especially for anyone who has gone through the events like the ones I've described. And I'm sorry you're having to see so many terrible men as a result of this. But hey, hopefully all those men die alone. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah. Bye for now.